Hello everyone, so I'm going to create this guide for you to give you extra steps on how to do the art project, okay? So the first step is to plot the points first. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to draw this entire thing because that might be a little bit too much, but I'm just going to try to draw the face, right? And so what I'm going to do before anything else is I'm going to plot the points first. So I'm going to try drawing the eyes right here. So I'm going to draw this line right here, this horizontal line, this slanted line, and that line right there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot the points first, okay? I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to make this right here, this point to this point, like 2, I'd say that's like 2. And then I'm just going to go from like -10 to -8. So I'm going to go -10, 10, and then -8, 10. Okay, so I drew this, and so that is the top part of my eye, and then I'm gonna draw, that's gonna be about two units down, and then maybe 4 units across, so it's gonna be 2 units down, 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's gonna like be right here about. So that's -4, +8, so -4, +8. So that's gonna be here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And then actually I'm gonna move this up a little bit. It's gonna be -4, 9. Yeah, -8 is pretty good, or positive, okay. And then I'm gonna draw another line here, this line, and that's gonna go from here to here, and that's gonna be -8, 6. So that's gonna be -8, 6. All right, and then I'm gonna draw, and then this line right here. So what I'm gonna do is, now that I've drawn these points, so the first thing that we do is we plot the points first. So we plot the points first. So I plotted the points. And then we're going to determine the slope, okay? So this one obviously has no rise, it's just run. So what I'm gonna do is y = 10. So y = 10 goes from -10 to -8. So it's gonna be -10 to -8, right? And then voila. So I connect these to these 2 points. And then now I'm gonna go from here to here, right? And then so so we're going to determine the slope first. Okay, let's determine the slope. So the slope is rise is 1, 2, run is 1, 2, 3, 4. So rise is 2, run is 4. So rise is 2, run is 4. And then we're gonna test whether it's positive or negative. It's gonna be negative, right? Because it's going downhill. So it's gonna be like that. And then we're gonna estimate the y-intercept. So if I go from here just straight down, I think that the y-intercept is gonna be about 6. So we're gonna go y-intercept is gonna be +6. Voila, right? So that's my y-intercept here. And then now I'm going to get it from -8 to -4. -4. Voila. Okay. So I got that down, and then now I gotta draw this line, right? So estimate the y-intercept, which we did. Test until the line is in the correct position. So let's do this one. So let's go back. We're gonna determine the slope. So we're gonna go 1, 2, rise, the rise and run, right? The rise and run. So we're gonna go rise 2, run 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's gonna be y is equal to 2/4 x, and then now let's estimate. Okay, let's estimate the y-intercept. I think maybe 9. Let's check 9. Kind of close. I gotta go up a little bit more. Let's try, so that's 9 right there. Let's try 11. That's a little too high, right? I want it, so I'm thinking it's gonna be about 10, right? So I'm gonna be about 10. Voila, that seems right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get negative, what is that? -8 and -4. So I'm gonna go -8, -8, and -4, and then voila, that's what I have right there. And then now I'm gonna draw a line. Okay, so I think there's another point like right here. Okay, -7, 6.5. So you see this right there, that thing right there, that's what I'm gonna draw. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna say that's -7 and 6.5. So I'm gonna add another one, -7, -7, 6.5. And so that's the line that I have right here. So let's find the slope. So the slope is going to be 1, 2, 3.5, right? Because this is 0.5, which is 6.5. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3.5. So my rise is 3.5, 3.5. And my run is going to be 1, right? So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3.5, and run is 1. So 1x, and then it's gonna be, so we gotta determine the slope, right? We just determine the rise and run, whether positive or negative. So this is gonna go negative, right? Because it's going downhill, so it's gonna go negative, right? And then we're going to estimate. So after that, we're going to estimate the y-intercept, test until the line is in the correct position. So I'm thinking if we keep drawing this line, I'm thinking it's gonna be like -10. Okay, so remember, we just keep drawing this line. I'm thinking maybe like -13. Let's try -13. Okay, not -13. I think we gotta go a little bit more down, right? So I'm thinking like -17. Let's try -17. Close. Let's go a little bit more down, -18. There you go, voila. So I have -18 here, okay? So now my line has to go from -8. So it's gotta go from -8x, but less than -7. There you go. And then this right here represents this I right here, okay? And so, yeah, that's how I do it. Yeah, I can continue. I'm just gonna draw this nose here. Well, I don't think I have to do anymore, but yeah, so basically that is the idea on how to do it. So essentially what you want to do is plot the points first. So like right here, I plotted the point, plotted the point, plotted the point, plotted the point, right? I plotted all these points first, right? And then I determined the slope. I determined that this is rise is 1, 2, and run is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then I tested whether it's positive or negative, right? I tested whether it's positive or negative, right? Whether it's going up or down. And then I estimated the y-intercept. I just kept going and seeing, okay, if I kept going with this line, it would probably end up like a 6, right? And that's how I estimated line. And then finally, we do have to set the constraints to limit the length of the line. So after that, what do? Is we set the constraints right here, right? We set the constraints to make sure the line isn't infinitely long, okay? So hopefully that helped, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.